Today I want to talk about anxiety and how you can change your relationship to it so that it stops controlling your life. My entire life I was in this big battle with my anxiety. The whole time when it came up, I was like, oh God, there it is again to ruin my life. And now I have to fight it and find a way to control it. And that actually caused so much stress in my life. There was a shift in my life in how I related to anxiety that changed everything. And that's what I want to talk about today. And that mind shift is start seeing your anxiety as a source of intelligence. Your anxiety isn't just a random thing coming up, it is trying to communicate with you. And if you do what I did by just running away or trying to bypass or disregard it, it doesn't go anywhere because it's still there with that message of like, hello, listen to me. And when I started listening to my anxiety, being like, okay, maybe there is something here. Maybe there is something interesting for me to hear. The things that my anxiety was telling me were so incredibly legit and actually really sweet, which was such a weird shift for me because my whole life I thought it was the enemy. I didn't see it as the supportive source of wisdom. But I invite you to start seeing it like that. And every time you feel anxiety, to actually go to it instead of trying to run away from it and say, what is here? What is the message here? And this becomes easier and easier because it might take a while for you to go there because you're so used to avoiding it, right? So you go there and you ask, what would make you feel safe? What do you need? And as I did that again and again for a few years now, there were three main messages that appeared that I see in others also appearing. The first one is, I need clarity. So when you are either unsure about something that you're going to do, or you don't know where you're going, you don't know about some person, you are avoiding something, then you might start getting anxiety because a part of you is like, I don't know what we're doing here. What is happening? And then you can create that clarity for yourself. And it's again, like I said, it's so valid that this part of you needs some clarity. For example, to have a conversation or to make a to-do list or to create some clear sort of schedule for your big plan. So that part of you can go like, okay, she is in control. She knows what she's doing. And that is a beautiful invitation that anxiety gives you to become in charge of your life. The second main answer that comes up when you ask your anxiety, what do you need? Is, I need release. So if you are a sensitive person like me and you go into the world, you get overstimulated by all the sounds and all the energies and all the lights. And that can create this stress in the body that makes you feel anxious. And when you don't give enough space for that, it just sits there. You actually need a physical release. And this is also, again, very primal. Animals release stress by trembling or shaking. That's how they let go of fearful, traumatic experiences. And we, as humans, forgot to do that, but we actually really need to do that, especially as sensitive, deeply feeling people. So if this anxiety is saying, I need release, then you might want to take a few minutes to just dance or shake or go for a run, go for a big walk, do some big breathing, something like that. Some yoga can be nice. Just something that gives you that physical release, that activity that makes your body relax. It gives that energetic sort of release that allows you to settle again. If you like this video so far, then feel free to subscribe to this channel. I'll chat more about women's empowerment and female sexuality on here. The third main message that might come up if you ask your anxiety, what do you need to feel safe, is I need rest. And this is a big one. And this is the message that we collectively are ignoring, right? Because of this productivity culture where we are just showing up every day, that we don't listen to that stress that is like, oh, I need a break. I need to relax. I need to have a nap. Because we go like, no. We have to keep on working. We have to stay busy, you know? Because if you stop getting busy, you actually start feeling this anxiety. Again, such a valid request that your body needs rest. That just maybe for 10 minutes to lay down would soothe that anxiety, or to go to bed early. Instead of sort of whipping yourself on the back to keep going and to keep rushing in life. That's where that anxiety might come from, because that just feels unsafe. So those are the three main answers that might appear when you ask, what do you need to feel safe? So those are just there to give you a bit of direction to see, does that feel like that might be the reason for my anxiety? And if it feels really difficult for you right now to connect with your anxiety in that way, then you might want to try one of these three techniques that I use to communicate with my anxiety. And the first one is to journal in a conversational style. So that is basically a conversation between you and your anxiety. And you can make this anxiety almost like a third person. I like to approach the anxiety as a child, because I actually really feel like it is a scared child part of ours that is communicating with us, right? So as I journal, I like to talk to that anxiety as if I am in conversation with a child. So that's a very compassionate, open, curious conversation where you are just listening and you are allowing that child to share her story, to be like, what's wrong? What do you need? What's on your chest? And to not filter the answer, but to allow it to come. Even if it is a big tantrum, or even if there's big curse words, or like this big cry coming up, you just hold space for that. This is a process of reparenting, becoming your own parent, and holding that part of you. The second way is to sort of take away the journal part and just place your hand on wherever the anxiety is, and breathe into that, and then simply ask, what do you need to feel safe? And then you might find such a clear answer, such a simple answer. And I invite you to practice this throughout the day. When you feel that anxiety rise, when you're in your car or you're arriving at work, to ask, what do you need to feel safe? And if the answer is impossible for you to accommodate, then maybe you can find like a compromise somewhere in the middle. If your inner child's like, I don't want to go to work, I want to go back, then you can say, okay, I hear you, but we have to go to work. So what would make you feel a little bit safer at work? And then maybe she says, I want to take more walking breaks, or I want to drink more tea, or whatever it is. It might be completely random, but it can be really nourishing and really, really powerful to actually listen to her wishes. The third way of creating this relationship with your anxiety and that communication is to create physical intimacy with yourself. And this might be a bit weird at first, to touch yourself or to hold yourself. But I really promise that this is one of the most powerful and most healing things you can cultivate in your life. If you are able to literally hold your own hand as you do something you're scared of, you can literally face the world, because you feel, I got myself. I'm here with myself, I feel myself, and I can hold myself physically, energetically. So practice that, to hold yourself in an embrace. Especially if you're anxious, can you soothe yourself the way you would soothe a child if you would hold a child's body? You might want to give them a little squeeze, or pet them on the hair, or whatever you feel intuitively would calm this body down. So try that out and see how that shifts things for you. So to just recap what we discussed today is that start seeing your anxiety as a source of intelligence that is trying to communicate with you what it needs to feel safe. And that by following that, you actually create a better life for yourself. If you start listening to the anxiety and you start answering to its needs, then life becomes a lot more easeful and a lot more relaxing. The 3 ways in which you can start communicating with your anxiety is through journaling, or through meditative listening, or through touch, physical holding. And I really hope that as you start doing this, that you stop seeing your anxiety as a burden, but more as this gift, this signpost that says this way or this way. And that if you follow it and you accommodate to it and make it feel safe, that you actually are led to your best life. That this is a source of intelligence that is trying to steer you to your best life. Okay, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.